This tutorial is all about what is white hat SEO. This special world of search engine optimization we are journeying into is still very much a frontier. It's not that unsimilar to the early days of the American West. There are pioneers out here on the SEO plains who wear white hats, and unfortunately, there are some rascals who wear the black hats. The search engines act like sheriffs to keep the SEO peace, along with a few very vocal settlers about the do's, the don'ts, the rights, the wrongs of SEO. In short, what is ethical and not ethical on the SEO frontier. On your journey into this special land, it is very wise to know the lay of this land, the unwritten laws, the territories, the boundaries, so you don't get banned from this land, meaning Google, AOL, MSN, Yahoo, and all the other search engines and directories on the web. Ignorance is not bliss in the SEO world. So what is white hat ethical SEO? Simply put, following the search engine guidelines. What about these guidelines? What are you talking about, Richard? Well, every single search engine has guidelines about what's correct and what's not. Let's start with Google. When you fire up Google, a lot of people overlook this one little link right there, more. Let's click on it. Inside here, you've got a lot of cool Google services, but if we go over to About Google, there's yet another bunch of subjects here that we can look at, all about Google. One of the best to study right up front when you go into SEO is this section for site owners. And down here, we have a link to webmaster information. Everything that Google wants you to know about submitting your pages to Google, why you're not showing up, the basics of search, how come my information is outdated. It goes on and on and on. And what you want to do is you want to go through here and you want to read everything. I repeat, you want to read everything. Even the seasoned pros out there who are watching these videos should periodically go in and check out the guidelines. Why? Because they change. The web is dynamic and it's changing all the time, and SEO is a frontier, and the search engines are constantly changing the algorithms, and it's good to know what works and what doesn't. Let's go up to my favorites for a moment, and we'll go down to MSN, and they too have guidelines. Lots and lots of links here about what is appropriate for submitting pages to MSN, what works, what doesn't. Let's go back up to favorites, and let's go over to Yahoo, and they too got guidelines. I'm not going to go through all of these because it will get very redundant, but just know that every search engine out there has information for people, webmasters, designers, business owners, that informs them of what's correct and what's not in the SEO world. Now, beyond the search engines, it's a very good idea to become very familiar with other people out there and other support systems when it comes to ethical SEO. One of the most famous is webmasterworld.com. It is here that you can go through their terrific forums and learn all kinds of things about what's working, what's not, what's correct. And if you ever got banned in a search engine, God forbid, this is a great place to learn about that. A couple other spots that you want to make note and bookmark as we go along here is one of my all-time favorites, the High Rankings Forum. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce Jill's last name, so if I mess it up, I apologize up front. But Jill Whelan, or Whalen, I'm not quite sure, has a fantastic forum, and it's located on her highrankings.com website, right over here on the left side under forum. You'll even see me in here occasionally, and I find this to be one of the best forums for learning about just about anything that you need to know for SEO, SEM, link building, keyword research, SEO no-nos. I mean, it's all here, everybody. And the forum leaders in here are top-notch. So I recommend highrankings.com. One more. Actually, there's lots more, but these are my top picks, is going over to Search Engine Watch. Lots of people may be familiar with Search Engine Watch, and then other people who are watching this video are completely unfamiliar with it. This is the granddaddy of all websites for information about search engines. everything here is stellar. It is a absolute must. And if I were to say if there's any one bookmark you should have, this is it. This would be the top of my list. But just notice that you have right here the SEW, that stands for Search Engine Watch Forums. And I click here. And just like some of the other forums we just briefly looked at, there's a lot of stuff that we can go in here and learn about. So I'm going to repeat this. Ignorance is not bliss. You should know upfront what's correct when it comes to designing pages, and by reading some of the problems that people have had by being banned in Google, which happens more than you want to know. It's good to know why someone got banned, and people who have had problems with the search engines by making mistakes show up in these forums and ask for help. Let's take another look at another great resource for this, and this time we'll go over to a photograph of somebody. This is a photograph of Bruce Clay. Bruce Clay is the owner of Bruce Clay Incorporated in Simi Valley, California. Bruce Clay is one of the good guys. Bruce has even established a terrific webpage, which I want to show you. On his website, Bruce Clay has established on his website, Bruce Clay Incorporated, a terrific code of ethics. Now, you may not agree with Bruce Clay. That's okay. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I've seen on the web, Bruce is the only person who's really established some type of code of ethics about what's correct in the SEO world and what's not. You can go through this page and you can actually read what Bruce says about what's right, what's wrong, what's harmful to a searcher or a consumer or customer on the web. This is outstanding information. Again, you may not agree with it, but if you do like what Bruce has to say about the good guys on the web versus the bad guys of Black Hat, White Hat SEO, you might even go on to his site and you can download this free SEO code of ethics and put it on your page if you agree with some of the things Bruce is talking about here.